harbor here?
Oh, it is our highest responsibility to ensure the safety and security of the American people. And in the service of that responsibility, we screen and vet individuals, and individuals who pose a threat to public safety or national security are prioritized for immigration detention and removal from the United States. And looking at the matter before us, the tragedy in New Orleans yesterday, we are dealing with a United States citizen born in the state of Texas who was radicalized to violence by a foreign terrorist ideology. But let me be clear, whatever the nature of the threat, those who pose a threat to the American people are our highest priority for law enforcement action, as our laws provide, and we enforce and execute those laws every single day. And so many people in our department do so at risk to their own well-being.
There are going to be many who are going to hear you say that and wonder why more hasn't been done to stop people from illegally coming into the country. Mr. Secretary, I looked back at March 12th, and I was reminded when Christopher Wray, heading up the FBI, said that the terror level in this country has reached a whole new level. Worried about those who are here who will inspire acts like, by the way, the one that just happened in New Orleans. He said the terror level threat is higher than before October 7th. So one might wonder why there hasn't been a change in policy that has led to that.
Well, there has been a change in policy. Quite frankly, the number of individuals encountered at our southern border on a daily basis now is lower than it was in 2019, the last year before the pandemic, number one. Number two, Director Wray was speaking of the fact that we have a diverse set of challenges that our country is facing, and I've spoken publicly about this as well. We have the persistent threat of foreign terrorism that really gave rise to the Department of Homeland Security in the first instance after the tragic events of 9/11. We have the individuals already resident in the United States radicalized to violence by a foreign terrorist ideology, or over the last 8 years, what we've seen, anti-government sentiment, false narratives spread online, personal grievances. And the third major threat vector is adverse nation states, such as the People's Republic of China, Russia, and Iran, that we counter every single day.
I'm pushing through a lot here because we're going to run out of time soon. But as far as what you can reveal to the American public you are doing, I mean, in case in point, in New Orleans, this particular terrorist was pledging his allegiance to ISIS on social media. We have yet to hear about how those videos were eventually taken down, whether that was through the social media network or the federal government. Perhaps you can give us more information on that. But why was this person out there pledging allegiance to ISIS and not known by the government?
Well, there was no public expressions of his allegiance to ISIS except shortly before the tragic events of yesterday. Let me be clear. We work very closely with state and local officers, enforcement officials, to identify individuals who are exhibiting signs of radicalization to violence. We work very closely with residents in communities. We have expressed since the tenure of Secretary